Hello all, I hope you all are safe and healthy. So today I'm starting with my new chapter, that is a colonization. So before starting this chapter, I'll be covering the history, that what is history and how the things have been changed in our country. So history is the branch of knowledge that it is the branch of knowledge that records and analyzes the past events and happenings. The history has been divided into three parts, that is your ancient history, medieval history, and your modern history. Ancient history you have already read in your sixth class. Medieval history you have read in your seventh class. Now you will be learning about the modern history, in which you will be learning that how Britishers came to India and how they became the ruler. Fine. So these all information we are getting through the two sources, that those are the primary source and the secondary source. Primary source are the surveys, and the secondary source can be your foreign travelogues or any other records we are having. So now in the very first picture you can see that the Britisher is standing in front of the king. He actually wanted to take the permission to do the trade. He actually taking the permission. You can see that king rule was going on. He was taking the permission to do the trade in our country. But in the second picture you can see that he was not doing the trade. He became the ruler of the king. Fine. So this how this happens. We'll be learning in this particular chapter. So we'll be learning the few important characters. These are the Aurangzeb. He is the last Mughal powerful ruler, and he was the Vasco da Gama who discovered the sea route to India. Fine. So with this, the Aurangzeb, he was the last Mughal ruler. After this, the successor came to India, but they were not successfully able to um, rule on our particular country. So he Aurangzeb was a very powerful one. After Aurangzeb, the few governors and few zamindars came into existence, and they established their own small kingdoms. They have established their own small kingdoms. This happens in the 18th century after the death of Aurangzeb. The Maharaja Ranjit Singh, he established the Punjab. Murshid Quli Khan, Bengal king, and the Tipu Sultan, he was the king of Mysore. Do you remember the independent rise of states? These are the kingdom. They were actually the Zubedars and the big zamindars. They became the king, and because of that, the Delhi situation was very deteriorated. As earlier, before that, the Delhi was very effective center. Earlier, the Delhi society was very effective center. Fine. So meanwhile, the things were going on in India. The Britishers, in the Britain, the things were going in the other way. They were actually planning. They were actually planning to enter into our, but into it, enter in our country, and they wanted to do the trade. They wanted to do the trade, and in for that they were taking the charter. Charter is a written grant from the Queen Elizabeth, that they wanted the only sole right. You want only doing the trade from the east, so that they will get the maximum profit. And why they were coming to India? They actually, in that particular time period in Britain, they were having a very good demand of the silk, spice, dry, and the cotton. And these things are available in India. These things are available in India, that to a very cheap price. That's why they wanted to come to our country. That's why they wanted to do the trade. So this enabled the company to trade fearlessly. If they will have the charter, they can do the trade fearlessly without any competitor from England. But was it easy for India, East India Company, to trade in India? Do you think so? No, this is actually not easy for them. They were doing the sole proprietor for their own use. They were actually doing the sole proprietor. No competitor would be there. Maximum profit they will get. But this is actually before them. You can see in 1498, Portuguese were already there in the India. They were doing the trade. Portuguese, the Calicut is the name these days we call it as Kolkata. The Dutch were there at the Pulicat. in 1595 and the French in the Pondicherry, that is 1664. They were already there in the country, and because of that, all the companies were there in our country. So the kings thought that these companies are coming to do the trade, so we'll do one thing. We'll increase the price, we'll increase the price of the product, and we'll sell it so that the kings will get the maximum profit. And the Britishers, because of the maximum companies in our country, this is the reason that they were getting the very less profit. These countries, these other companies, uh, these companies were getting the very less profit. So because they were having a war trade, they were having a trade war. What do you mean by trade war? While doing the trade, they were started sinking the ships. You can see in this picture, they were started sinking the ships of their rivals. They are blocking their routes, they were forfeiting their trading posts. They were actually making the walls over there. They were creating their own army. These are the things they were doing it so that the others would not able to do the uh, others will not able to do the trade over here. And because of this reason, the kings became the were against all the Europeans. So the kings were against it. The reason was very obvious, because they all were fighting with each other. They were making the walls on in our country, in our place, in our homeland, and they were maintaining their own army as well. So East India Company was begin to trade. Meanwhile, the thing was going on over there. This is the good thing which is happening over here, that they were East India Company who started begin the trade over here. The good thing was that they have made the warehouses, they have made the offices, they have set up the factory as well. Fine. By 1696, it began building a fort around the settlement. They have actually made a fort as well, and they bribed. This is good for them. This is actually good for the East India Company, that they bribed the. You must be knowing of what is the bribe. They were giving the money to the officers to get the Diwani. Diwani. Do you know the meaning of Diwani? What is Diwani? Diwani means they were the revenue, the collection of revenue, right? So they got the chance to collect the Diwani, that they will collect the Diwani from three villages, including the Calcutta, nowadays which is known as Kolkata. So they bribe the officers so that they can get the revenue from our own country. This is actually good for the East India Company, because they already set a very good fact, and they started doing the trade over from here. Now the company also got the farman, like you have already read earlier, chartered written record. Now in our language, that is a royal order. We can call it as a farman. This is again a written grant. Fine. This East India Company were getting the farman from the emperor Aurangzeb. You would be saying that Aurangzeb must be died. He must be died, but he died in the 1707, and East India Company came to India in 1607. So in this mid of the time only, he already trade grant this farman. So what is the farman was that? Farman was that they can do the trade duty free. That means they don't have to pay the tax. Fine. That all the things were the duty free. But what is been happening over here, because of their British officers, what they were doing the other businesses as well. And because of that they were using the farman. They were saying that we already having the farman was there for the company, that the company can do the trade without paying any tax. But the officers are doing the other businesses, the officers are having their own businesses, they stop paying the tax. Because of that, the our particular country was not getting the proper revenue. We actually was the successor of the Aurangzeb. He 1772 27, he was against the Britishers. And the successor of Ali Vardi Khan, he was also against the Britisher. This is the reason that they were against, because they were not paying the tax. Their officers were doing the business and they were not paying the tax, and we are getting the very less revenue. And later on, the successor of Ali Vardi Khan, the Nawab of Bengal, that is Sirajuddaulah, they came into existence, and at that particular time period, he refused. He refused all the grants to the Britishers that they the tax. They whatever the grants has been given, that was being refused by the Sirajuddaulah. But later on, Britishers were actually against the king. They were saying that we would not pay any tax. We will not stop any fortification. We will be making the walls, because other companies will definitely come and they will also do the trade. So we will definitely do our own fortification. Nawab accused the company of deceit. They were blaming it. Nawab was blaming company, East India Company, that this particular company is humiliating the king. Do you think so that they were humiliating? Disrespectful letters they were writing. Yes, they were thinking that they were not following the orders of the king, so that means they were humiliating it. And in the letter, they must have written this thing, that we will not pay any tax and we will not stop our fortification, as the Nawab was already said. Because of that reason, the rivalry was happened between the company and the Nawab. After this, they were became the enemies. With this thing, the Nawab wanted to control everything. So what he did, he ordered to Britishers to pay the revenue and stop the fortification. Other thing what he did, he actually for the company which was being settled in the at the Kasim Bazaar factory, he was taking the control of that, and he forfeited. He is actually doing the control over the Calcutta's fort. I told you the fort they were developed, they made the fort as well. He actually captured that particular fort as well. The Britishers were against the law. Whatever the laws were made by the Britishers, he was against the law. So because of this reason, the war was happening. The war was happening. They wanted to do the war between the now the war will happen between the king and the Britisher. So this is the Battle of Plassey. Because of this, this is a drastic change in our country. In our country at that time, the Battle of Plassey. This actually, because this was happened in the Bengal, and after this Battle of Plassey, the Britisher, they became the ruler. They became the ruler of of that particular Bengal area. So we'll be learning this next video. So till then, just read the particular part. We'll be sending you the PDF of this chapter. So you have to read it. Whatever the things you have to read, I will be sending only those part only, so that no confusion will be held. See, this chapter is little big, so I'll be covering little by little, and hope that you have understood this particular part. So take care, and be ready with your problems, and just jot down your all the doubts, and whatever the problems you are facing it, you just write it down somewhere, and in the virtual session I will be definitely explaining you. Thank you all. Take care.